Okay, so I'm actually in a rotary jail, in prison. Literally, I'm in prison. There's 18 of these rotary jails. This is called the squirrel cage. Like, this is one of three that's only in existence right now. Pretty cool. We're gonna take a look around, check it out. See if we see any ghosts. Okay, just kidding. Okay, maybe not. No, I'm gonna ask him. I hope you can hear me because I'm gonna share up too.
Rotary jails was an architectural design for some prisons in the Midwest United States during the 19th century. Cells in the jail were wedges on a platform that rotated in a carousel fashion. The surrounding of the entire level was a single opening, allowing only one cell at a time to be accessible. The rotary jail was initially designed by architect William H. Brown and patented on July 1881. The pie-shaped cells rotated along a core with a sanitary plumbing system. This was considered an unusual luxury at the time.
Okay, so this jail turns. The whole thing spins. It goes round and round. But this is how it spins around. Ready? That's why they call it a rotary. That's why they call it a rotary jail. Watch. Look.
The cell block could be rotated by a single man, hand rotating a crank. It was connected to the gears beneath the structure, which rotated the entire cell block. The structure was supported by a ball bearing surface to allow for a smooth rotation.
It's the whole entire jail. Pretty cool, right?
The jails encountered problems almost immediately, with inmates' limbs being crushed or interfering with the cell block rotation. Most of the jails had to be welded in a fixed position and refitted with individual cell access after only a few years. The rotary mechanism was disabled as of late 1960s, following an incident where an inmate died of natural causes, but the body could not be retrieved for 2 days due to malfunction in the mechanism.
This is where they house juveniles aged 3 to 13. Crazy. 3 years old. One 12-year-old was housed here after shooting 12 chickens and then went to reform school. This is probably the area that I stepped into so far. Yeah. Let's see if we see anything. Right behind me. Just kidding. But you feel the energy though.
It's the eerie feeling when you go into the jail cell, and I was like afraid that the door would close in on me. Yeah, it's silly, but yeah, nope, I'm going to go with my instinct.
Up in the children's area, I was getting some really strong feelings that something was there. We had some weird temperature fluctuations.
Yeah. This is the infirmary or the hospital room. Yeah. It's just as creepy as the other parts of this place.
As per their original design, the jail could handle 16 prisoners, and the third floor contained 3 cells for ill inmates to keep them separate from the remainder of the population. Plenty of ghost hunters come here to look for paranormal activity. These are some photos they have taken. Ooh.
Sometime during the night, we just got a black mass that kind of shadowed out part of the window in there that we've never been able to explain. And
Jake Bird, who killed up to 46 people using an axe or a hatchet, spent 31 years in jail. At his trial, the killer put a Jake Bird hex on those who were involved in punishing him, saying they would die before he did. As the story goes, 6 people allegedly died, including the judge, who died within a month, the court chief clerk, 2 police officers who took confession, and the killer's lawyer, who died on the first anniversary he was sentenced. The Bird was hanged in 1949. Squirrel Cage also imprisoned Charles Noel Brown, who went on a 3-day drunken murder spree and was eventually the last man hanged in Iowa in 1962. His noose is right here on display in the Squirrel Jail. These 2 infamous inmates are said to haunt the premises, perhaps lingering because this was the place of their execution.
Okay, this is the apartment. Can you imagine living here? Yeah. No, and this is a creepy lady right behind me, but seriously, can you imagine living here? Right, and prisoners are right across the way. Literally, watch. Hey, that's where the juvie kids are. But imagine living in this prison. Absolutely no go. Or see.
I'll get you, my pretty.
The 4th floor apartment is where the jailer and his family would live. Can you imagine living above a jail cell with your family? They would have parties up here, entertain guests, and the children will have friends over. Can you imagine? Hey, you want to come over to my jailhouse, Robbie? Literally, jailhouse. If the inmate misbehaved during booking or in the cells, the prisoner would have to stay in solitary confinement for at least 30 minutes to an hour, but the longest on record has been 10 days. The inmate would be given bread and water twice a day and a coffee can or a bucket to use as their toilet. Ugh.
I also got, I think it was back by solitary. It was like something around my arm.
A trustee is an inmate that's been here for at least a month. During that time, they build trust with the jailer. By building trust, a trustee can have perks and help the jailer around the jail. One of the perks the trustees have is a nicer room. This would be that room. Drawing and names on the walls, ceiling, bunks, and floors were done by the inmates. Black writing can be seen on the ceilings of the cells. This was done by rolling up a piece of paper, lighting it on fire, and then writing with the smoke and the soot. There are only 3 surviving jail cells. This one here in Council Bluff, Gatlin, Missouri, and also the Crawfordville, Indiana. There used to be 18 of these rotary jails in existence. Now it's only 3. Another prisoner hung himself to escape the deplorable conditions of the jail. One died of a heart attack, a jail officer was shot and killed accidentally while on duty, and another one tried to carve his name on the ceiling but fell 3 floors to his death, which makes a perfect storm for paranormal activity.